Welcome to Tales from the Dark, a place where shadows whisper stories and nightmares come alive. Dim your lights, put on your headphones, and get ready, because tonight the darkness itself will be your storyteller. Each tale you hear will linger, creeping beneath your skin, haunting your dreams long after the story ends. Let's enter the darkness together. It started with a sound I hadn't heard in years. That brittle synthetic chirp of a message alert from an app I didn't remember installing. 2:03 a.m. Phone face down on the desk. I was the last person still in the office, staring at spreadsheets that had started to blur into symbols. I was too tired to be startled, but I looked anyway. The screen showed a black notification box. No icon, no name, just 2 words. No name. I tapped it. The screen went black. For a second, I thought the phone had died. But then a single line of white text appeared. Welcome back. That's what hooked me, because I never signed up for anything called no name. But the message was familiar. Like a dream you forgot having until you're halfway through reliving it. It took me 3 days to open it again. The icon on my phone was blank, a gray square with no label. I tried to delete it. The system wouldn't let me. Said the app didn't exist. So eventually I gave in. Inside was nothing but a chat room. Pure black background, white text. No menus, no options, just a blinking cursor and an empty list of usernames on the side. Except the usernames weren't names. They were descriptions. The one who lied, the one who stayed, the one who watched her drown. They scrolled past slowly like credits at the end of something unforgivable. And then mine appeared at the bottom. The one who forgot. I didn't type anything, but the chat responded anyway. You came back. We never left. I don't remember the first time I was here, but I remember what came next. The messages came slowly, one at a time, no timestamps, no user tags, like the room itself was speaking. Do you want to remember? At first, I thought it was an elaborate AI script, some experimental horror thing. I'm not naive. I've seen how the internet toys with lonely people, so I typed, "Who are you?" The answer came instantly. You knew me when you had another face. You knew me when you screamed underwater. I didn't know what that meant, not yet. But I felt something stir, a pressure. Behind my eyes, behind my teeth, like something in me knew the answer and was trying to keep it from surfacing. The next time I checked the app, there was a new feature, a small view command blinking at the bottom corner. I typed it out. The screen changed, no longer a chat room, just a window, a live feed, grainy, washed in gray and green tones, like old CCTV footage. And in the middle of the frame was a bedroom. My bedroom. I shut the phone off, pulled the battery, broke it in half. I threw the pieces in a dumpster 3 blocks away. But that night when I got home, the bedroom was arranged differently. Slightly, subtly. Drawer half open, clock blinking 0000. A wet ring from a glass I didn't remember using. And on the pillow, a single black thread, long, frayed, from a coat I hadn't worn in years. A coat that should have been buried. I told myself it was stress, sleepwalking, the result of burnout and too much caffeine. But then the dreams came, dreams that weren't mine. I was seeing the world through different eyes, shaky, terrified, running barefoot through woods I didn't recognize, always chased, always hunted, and always the same phrase whispered in my ears. Don't remember, don't wake him up. I started asking questions to people I trusted, but every time I brought up no name, their reactions were the same: silence. Not confused, not skeptical, just silent. Like they'd just been shown something behind my eyes they couldn't unsee. One of them, Rachel, my ex, told me something I haven't forgotten. She said I used to know someone who talked about that. He went by a different name back then, and one day he just stopped answering. But I still get messages from his account sometimes, and they only ever say one thing: I forgave you. But he didn't. I asked her who he was. She hung up, blocked my number. The chat room started changing. Every time I opened it, the interface would degrade, letters backwards, fonts bleeding into one another. Until one day it showed me a list, timestamps, locations, names I didn't recognize, dozens, maybe hundreds. Next to each one was a final column labeled status, all marked forgotten until the last one. My name, pending. I started seeing him after that, a man I don't recognize but feel like I should. He appears at the edge of reflections, not in the mirror itself, in the space around it. You catch him in the gaps, the smear on the glass, the dark corner your light never reaches. He wears something black, always soaked, as if he just climbed out of something deep and cold, and his face is mine, but not quite. Paler, smoothed, the version of me before the accident, before the fire, before I forgot who I really was. The final time I logged into the app, there was no chat, just one screen, one video, titled simply "Play Back the Night You Forgot." I don't know how to explain what I saw, because I don't believe it either. It was me, but not at my current age, younger, about 17, shaking, crying, standing in a basement. I knew that basement, every brick, every stain, because it's the place I grew up. And across from me, tied to a chair, was someone else, someone screaming through a gag, someone I couldn't quite see until I moved closer. And the person in the chair was me, older, eyes wide, mouth moving, pleading, begging. As my younger self picked up something heavy, a brick, and said, "You told me to forget, so I will," then everything went black. When the video ended, the screen blinked one final message. "You're not the version that survived. You're the one we rebuilt." And my phone, which should have been long destroyed, began to ring. No number, no sound, just the screen flashing. No name is calling. I haven't answered, but it hasn't stopped. Every night now. Same time. 2:03 a.m. And sometimes when I get too close to sleep, I feel myself split. Like someone else is waking up inside me, someone colder, someone who remembers. And when I open my eyes, I see writing on the wall above my bed, scratched in by something sharp. "He forgave you. I never will." I stopped answering the phone. It didn't matter. The calls never came through the same way twice. Sometimes through my alarm clock, the blinking red digits warping into that name again. No name, sometimes in the static of an old radio in a store window as I passed. Sometimes in the laughter of children. That stopped the second I looked. But the worst was the whisper I heard through the faucet. Just as I bent down to splash cold water on my face, I heard it. "He still remembers. And now, so do you." I stood there frozen. Not because of what I heard, but because of what I felt. Relief. Like I'd been waiting to hear it all along. The dreams are worse now. They're not just dreams anymore, they're instructional. They show me places I need to go, people I'm supposed to find. Faces that trigger things. Ugly, ruined memories like film left in the rain. Each time I wake, my body's moved. not far, but always closer to a place I swore I'd never return to. The basement, the one from the video, the one I grew up in, the one I forgot. A week ago I caved. I had to see it. I drove 6 hours through black roads and fog like breathing tar. The town wasn't on most maps anymore. The GPS stopped 2 miles out, but I didn't need it. Something in me remembered. My hands guided the wheel without hesitation, like I'd never left, and when I reached it, that house, God, it shouldn't have been there. We moved after the accident. I watched it burn with my own eyes, but there it stood, whole, intact. Windows dark like eyes pressed shut. No birds, no breeze, no time, just stillness. The door opened before I touched it. Inside, everything was preserved, not aged, not rotting, preserved. Like someone rebuilt it from the blueprints of my brain. The wallpaper matched my memory. The photos were in the right places. Even the dust patterns on the shelves were the same as the day we left. But the basement door, it was open. I shouldn't have gone down there. The stairs creaked like bones shifting in dry sockets. Each one groaned a memory. The smell, damp rust, old earth. And at the bottom, a chair. Same one from the video, still stained, still wet, and carved into the cement wall behind it, "Do not let him wake." I ran. I made it 2 steps up the stairs before I heard the breath. Not mine. His. Heavy. Mechanical. Not like breathing through lungs, but like wind being forced through machinery. And when I turned back, the chair was empty. But the basement wasn't. I don't remember how I got home. Only that I wasn't alone. Something followed me back. I see it now in the corners of the room. Not a figure, not a ghost. A smear like something struggling to stay tethered to this plane. It flickers like static when I blink. It hums like old modems in my teeth. And every day it becomes more solid, more me. I opened the app again yesterday. Even after everything, even knowing what it cost, I needed to know. The chat room was gone. No users, no messages, just one prompt input, reclaim identity, and a box waiting. I hesitated, but some part of me, some buried echo, typed anyway. Who am I? The screen blinked. Then a new message appeared. You are the memory that won. The others are still inside. One by one, they will wake. That night I found new scratches on my wall, deep, violent, like claws. Except they weren't random, they were names, versions of me, each one crossed out until the last line. The one who forgot, still fresh, still bleeding, still awake. I don't sleep anymore, not because I'm afraid, because sleep means switching, means waking up behind my own eyes while someone else puppets my body. Sometimes I wake with blood under my fingernails. Sometimes I don't recognize my own voice. Sometimes I see myself leaving, from the reflection, from the video feed that never truly shut off, from the corners of passing car windows. I walk away from myself, and something else returns. You want to know what no name really is? It's not a chat room, it's a holding cell. A quarantine zone for broken identities, people who fractured too many times across their timelines. Trauma, grief, guilt, madness, they splinter us, and when there are too many pieces, something collects them, contains them, tests them to see which version survives. I am not the original, I know that now. I was born in a blackout, brought online through a conversation I never consented to. Fed memories that weren't mine, given a face, a voice, a routine, but the cracks are showing. They're all trying to get back in. The ones I buried, the ones he buried. And when they do, there won't be a me left. Just noise, just no name. The phone rings again every night now. I don't answer, but I know what it wants. It wants me to choose. to remember fully, to let the rest in so we can collapse into a final version, the one who accepts all truths, the one who never forgets, the one who never sleeps again. If you're listening to this, you've already joined. You may not remember the moment, but you opened the app, you typed the words, you asked who you were, and now they know you too. Just look around, check your reflections, count your shadows. Watch how your name sounds when someone else says it. Does it feel right? Do you feel like you? Or is there something else behind your eyes, waiting to be let in? I'm leaving this here. My last message. I won't be me much longer. The others are too strong. The walls are too thin, but before I go, before I merge, know this, you are not alone in your mind. And you never were. They are watching. They are listening. And when the time comes, you will forget. And someone else will wake up wearing your skin.